Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. If you're wondering what the cost of living out of Rio Rancho is looking like nowadays, especially in 2023, you've come to the right place. You've clicked on the right video. And in today's video, we're going to be going over insurance costs, housing costs, grocery costs, different types of entertainment that you can be looking for, and those types of things. And maybe even talk about what the median household income is out there in Rio Rancho. So go ahead and hang tight, grab a pen and a pad, and let's get right into the video, guys. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Eli, and if this is your first time tuning into the Living in Albuquerque channel, just do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe and notification bell down at the bottom, and that way you guys never miss out on any videos, because we are dropping videos every Tuesday and Thursday talking about what our beautiful city of Rio Rancho, Albuquerque. Next up is Las Lunas. So if you guys are interested in moving down to any one of these areas, and I mainly deal with buyers, but I do help out a ton of renters as well. So if you are thinking about moving down here, that number popping up on the screen is my direct line. I am the one that answers all the calls, texts, and emails. And what I like to do is hop on a quick video call with you guys. So feel free to take a screenshot of that number. That way we can set up an appointment to talk, sit down, and answer those questions that you have about moving down here to these certain areas in New Mexico in detail to help you make that decision a lot easier. But enough from me, guys. Let's get right into the video. Now, I'm sure that you're wondering, what is the insurance cost for a vehicle out there? And you're going to be pretty surprised that here in New Mexico, it's actually a lot cheaper than a whole lot of other states. Considering all the talk and all the news you hear about how bad the drivers are here, the insurance isn't going to be too crazy. Usually on our truck here, we spend about $150 a month. That's because we have full coverage. Obviously, we want to make sure that everything's well taken care of on this guy here, just because we use it a whole ton. Now, I got my commuter car over there that we spend about $30 a month, just to kind of give you guys an idea of how much of a decrease when you just have basic insurance on a vehicle is going to run you guys a month. So if you're wondering, is the insurance going to be a lot more expensive on my house? All bundled together, most places give you a break just because they want to make sure that you stay with them, and they kind of give you a full coverage of everything that you want insured, from house to cars to jewelry, whatever it is that you're looking to get insured. They're going to cut you a break, and it is going to be lower than the national average. I mean, $150 ain't too bad for this big old blue guy right here. Now, when it comes to housing out there in Rio Rancho, and we talked about this a lot in the past, in terms of housing, the average home sale price is going to be around $328,000. Now, they do vary. Some homes are a lot cheaper, but that's the average that we're seeing, and you can expect to pay anywhere from $2,400 to $2,500 a month if you are purchasing that $328,000 home with an FHA loan. So just to give you guys an idea of what you guys are going to be spending when you move down here to Rio Rancho, that's usually what the average cost I see on new construction homes, and they are building a ton of them in places like Mountain Hawk, Los Diamantes, and you got a new community up there, Broadmoor Heights, that is building a bunch of beautiful, massive homes with 3-car garages and all that stuff, and Pulte is the one building those houses. So if you guys want to check them out, go ahead and feel free to look up Broadmoor Heights, Pulte Homes. You can hit the link in the description there to search the homes. And you guys are going to be able to search a ton of other homes that are listed on the market as well. In terms of rent, just because I know there's a lot of people moving down here and renting a house and then transitioning to buying a house, just kind of to get in that feel, to give you guys an idea, for a single family home, you are going to be paying about $1,800 a month. Now, that's on average. There are some cheaper places, but you can expect that just because a majority of the houses out there in Rio Rancho are going to be a single-family residence, not a whole ton of apartments. There is some townhomes mixed within those communities up there, usually in the older communities closer to 528. So you can expect that if you are looking for convenience, you are going to want to live closer to 528. If you do move closer to Unser or 550, you're going to be living in a single-family home. You may also get upcharged with some of these HOA fees just because they have the smart home living communities with all the different amenities. You're talking about aquatic centers, libraries, big complexes, sports complexes, big parks, and all that stuff within the community. So you might see some of those homes like in Cabazon and Loma, Colorado, be a little bit more expensive as far as purchase and renting, just because you're going to be paying for those amenities. Hey guys, I wanted to hop in real quick just to remind you that that number popping up on the screen is my direct line, and I'd love to hop on a video call with you guys. That way we can answer all the questions about all the different areas out in Rio Rancho and what amenities they have to offer to you guys before you move down here. So take a screenshot of this, write it down, do whatever you got to do, because I am the one that answers all the calls, texts, and emails. But enough for me, guys. Let's get right back into the video. Now, if you're wondering, okay, that's all great. I'm glad that there is some houses out there that we can still afford and still purchase. But what does it take to run them? And the utilities out there in Rio Rancho, in comparison to Albuquerque, are not going to be much more of a difference. Even with their bit of a extreme, severe weather situation that they have there from time to time, you're talking about a little bit more snow, a little bit more rain, and higher winds, just because they have nothing to block that or aid that as far as some of that wind that's getting passed through there. You are going to be paying about the same, around $350 for gas, water, and electric. And that's usually what we pay here, except for this past year. This summer was just brutal. It was hot, and our electric bill was alone just that $350. And some homes had a little bit more, just because they have more than one unit, and especially with the refrigerated air, which is a blessing. I'm telling you guys, if you guys get a home, a resale house will more than likely have a swamp cooler. Think about upgrading to refrigerated air, because it's going to save you in the long run. It'll be expensive up front, and it'll be a little bit more, especially in the times of heat. But as far as maintenance goes, and as far as just making sure that it's on and off like that from hot to cold, it's going to save you a whole lot of time. So in terms of utilities, you're not going to be paying a whole lot more. You're going to be actually about the same, to be honest with you guys. So no fear in overpaying for utilities, even with a little bit of crazy weather that they have out there. Now, you don't have to be rich in order to live in any of these places. Believe it or not, the median household income in Rio Rancho is around $85,000, and that's a combined household of two incomes. Now, some people can have more. You're more than welcome to have more, and more than welcome to make more money, but that's how much you're going to be looking at as far as how much money you're going to want to make. Now, ZeroDown.com says that there's a $26,000 miscellaneous spending fee. I don't know anybody with a $26,000 Starbucks bill, but if you are a person who drinks a ton of coffee like me, we need some help, and we need to get you some help right away, because $26,000 just kind of seems obscure as far as how much more you're going to be spending on miscellaneous items. That's not even counting groceries and all that stuff, just because out of Rio Rancho, to hop right into the next one, there's not a whole lot to do, so you're not going to be spending a whole lot of money on, a bunch of random things. You may go out to a nice dinner, but you might spend, $60, $100. You're not going to be spending, hundreds of dollars on a night, unless you're taking out, your whole crew, which again, you're more than welcome to. But I personally like to enjoy a nice dinner, a nice quiet time, a nice meal with me and my wife and the kids. We bring you home, so you're always more than welcome to do that. That's going to save you a ton of money as well, just because you don't have to sit there and look at the menu, and then the kiddos want a dessert and all that stuff. So be wise about your decisions. Don't spend $26,000 at Starbucks, and don't spend it all at Target either. Now, groceries and food is going to be a very important thing here, because on average, the family of four are spending about $150 a week. Now, that's all depending on where you shop too as well, right? So if you are shopping like at Costco, Sam's Club, which is down the road, down on 528, you might be spending a little bit more, but it might be lasting you a little bit longer. So on average, $150 a week is what you can expect to pay for groceries. And that's just kind of like the necessities, a dinner, maybe a lunch, and that kind of deal. If you are going out to eat, plan on spending around $30 to $40 for a dinner for two, and that's a nice meal and a nice drink for each one of you guys. If you guys overspend, again, here it comes. That's all on you. Remember, $26,000 is a whole lot of money just to be spending on going out and eating. But if you got it like that, I commend you and get after it. Now, when you're talking about quality of life, Rio Rancho right now is that slowed down, kind of that retired vibe. A lot more older, established people are moving out there just because they want to slow down. You can expect to travel a little bit more because if you are coming to Albuquerque or Santa Fe, or you're just wanting to get out of Rio Rancho, you can expect just to even get to Albuquerque, you're going to be driving for about 30 minutes. Going to Santa Fe is going to be a little bit longer. So just keep that in mind that if you are looking for a change in pace, Rio Rancho might fit best for you guys. And you also might get a kick that, hey, we're going to go down to Albuquerque, get our essentials, come back home, and just kind of take away some time from the day. Or if you are just looking for something to do in Rio Rancho, they also have the Rio Rancho Event Center that has a ton of different artists always coming through. They're starting to use that place a lot more because it's a lot bigger in a sense. And then you have all the local eats, breweries, and different places that they are putting up there on Unser. So you got a ton to enjoy up there in Rio Rancho. So don't feel like you need to leave the city in order to have a little bit of fun. All right, now we touched on a whole lot of different things. And just to wrap it all up, just want to give you guys a little bit of a bonus one. In Rio Rancho, you are going to have other things instead of just, traveling outside of the city or going down to the local breweries and stuff like that to have some entertainment. If you are looking to get outdoors, they have a big outdoor community and they cater a lot to those people who enjoy the beautiful nature that Rio Rancho and New Mexico has to offer. You got a park above, which is all-inclusive parks for kiddos and people to go down and enjoy. They got splash pad, basketball courts, walking trails, and all that stuff in that park. And they also have Cabazon Park, which is a massive park, and they're always hosting events there. You got Movies Under the Stars. You got kind of like a community flea market. They got a community center that you can rent out and also a community outdoor pool. From what I hear, those events that they have there are just off the top. They really go all out for the community to make sure that they retain those people living there, and they kind of make sure that everybody is watching out for everybody, creating that tight-knit community out there. Because Rio Rancho, believe it or not, the population right now is slightly over 100,000 people. In retrospect, that is not a whole lot of people. Albuquerque has over 500,000 people living here within the city. So just to kind of paint the picture for you guys that Rio Rancho is growing slowly but surely now with all the other different builders and developers coming out to build all these smart living communities. Like you got Mariposa, that is going to be a smart living community in Loma, Colorado, which is kind of like one of the first ones with all the different amenities and recreational centers. They're going to start to build a lot more of those communities all around Rio Rancho because they want to make sure that you don't have to travel outside of your neighborhood in order to get your fitness taken care of, your education taken care of. Stuff like that. They really take pride in it, and they want to make sure that they can support the local businesses and community through those places by hosting events and all those things there. All right, guys, so we touched on a few important points there, and I hope you guys were writing it down. And again, that number popping up on the screen, guys, is my direct line. So if you are looking to move down here within the next 30, 60, or 90 days, even the next year, I'd love to hop on a quick video call with you guys. That way we can really solidify the next steps and talk about what it's going to take in order to get you down here to Albuquerque or Rio Rancho, right? Because we are on the topic of Rio Rancho. If you are looking at other places, I'd love to elaborate on those places with you guys. So feel free to reach out, take a screenshot of this, and also down below in the description box, you can search homes. My website is directly linked within the description box. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, guys. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Yeah, oh my Lord, watch me sway. Darkness falls and we all pray.